923-8663 or visit us online at jomusicstudios.com/booking. JO Music Studios, where your music comes to life.
Log in to gyroscopeme.com, the hottest online radio station in the world. GS Radio all day, all night, worldwide. Powered by Gyroscope Media Group,
GS
LLC.
Radio, the best internet radio station worldwide. Providing the best in music and talk shows. Go to www.gsradionj.com and check out the best internet station in the world. You're listening to GS Radio Internet Radio Station powered by GMG LLC.
In the beginning there was Jack, and Jack had a groove. And after a while, a deep sleep fell upon him, and he went looking for a new groove. He began looking for a new nation, and it had to be a soulful nation. And he found it, and it was Soulful House Nation. And he saw a building. It was a tall building. It had 10 stories. And he entered the building and got on the elevator and pushed the 10th floor, but it stopped on the 8th floor. And that's where he found his new groove. And he began to jack and jack and jack and jack. And he knew that this was it. It was Soulful House Nation on the 8th floor. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I am DJ Dan Soulful House Nation. I'm coming to you live from the 8th floor. Whew. We got another good one today. Wow. Well, listen. As usual, we're going to refer you back to last week's show. Go back and check that out. Then we're going to talk a little bit about... We're going to play the number one song according to Track Source in the Soulful House category. Then when we do that, we're going to give you some updates. What a weekend. Updates, and after the updates, we're going to play the old school song. And then finally, we're going to play the new we're going to talk. We're going to talk to our special guest, DJ Gellow. And then of course, we got Song of the Week, and we're out. And then we go into the Shazam Free Zone. Now, a couple things just to be aware of. As number one is that we're going to do the Shazam Free Zone right after this. And in the Shazam Free Zone, we play only brand new tracks. So if you want to know some of the new stuff that's actually coming out, then hang around after the show, after the interview. We have DJ Gellow is going to be our special guest, so it's going to be very, very good. Okay, so listen, let's do this. According to TrackSource, the number one song is by Strings of Life. It's Soul Central and Kathy Brown. So as usual, we're only going to play a little bit, going to play a snippet, because you know Facebook, this nasty, nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. But you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitch, Twitter, you can find us on Vimeo, you can find us a whole bunch of other places, and certainly on the website. And hey, and you won't get any interruptions. So ladies and gentlemen, hey, Chuck, before we start, I just want to give a quick acknowledgement to King T Finesse, who, by the way, we got a new track with King T Finesse and Arnold Zalen coming up. And it also, well, I'll tell you about that. And then also to Ariel Shante for putting my theme song together for those two. And then also I want to just give a big shout out to Chuck Roberts for doing our intro. So Chuck, can you play a little bit? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to fade this out. Yeah, you know, Facebook has had a nasty, nasty little habit of shutting us down and muting us out. You know, our special guest today is going to be DJ Gellow. We're going to bring him on in a little bit. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got some stuff that we need to share with you. We've got new tracks. We're going to play them in the Shazam Free Zone by King T Finesse and Arnold Zalen. And also, too, we're going to play the new track by David Barber. So we got a lot of stuff here. Also, check out the track by David Morales. Has a new track out called Ain't Nobody. And also, Aaron K. Gray's got a track that he did with DJ Spen and company, and it's called Obey. You got to get on that. And then I got another one that you probably haven't heard of. It's called Ganders Tumbao Ai. Okay, and I'm gonna give you some more information. So listen, let's talk about this weekend. All right, I had a chance this weekend to go to Warrenco Park. I want to make sure I give a major shout out to Wally B, who put the event together. I also, too, want to give a big shout out to David Shaw. I'm sorry, I said David. I just had David in my brain. Sorry about that. Donald Shaw, who is the mayor of Roselle. It was a great event. The lineup killed it. In addition to that, they had an artist, Kamara Lovelace. You know, When Can Our Love Begin? And, you know, what's crazy about that, Saturday, as you know, was a little bit on the warm side. But, and it started out raining. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's that. But I got to tell you something. It's like the Lord stepped in and said, you know what? Let them go ahead and have a good time. The rain fell back, had a great time. Now, so here's what's exciting. This is a once-a-year thing, and people come out to support this effort. And it really, really takes a lot to do something like this. I mean, a lot. Coordinated. Sound company. Sound was crazy. Man. Sound was crazy. Had a nice light show. Big stage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Shout out to Roz Anthony. Roz Anthony was the master of ceremonies. He is an excellent MC. By the way, you're going to see something coming out with me and Roz Anthony. I'm not even going to tell you what it is, but just know it's going to be good, all right? And I'm telling you, I'm going to give you a hint right now. I'm not singing. That's out. Anyway, okay. All right. Also, as I said in my post, hey, thanks to the dancers that came out. The fashions, the way people dress was nice. And then I also want to give a big shout out to all the people who helped me find my car. Let me tell you something. Warren Park is a big, beautiful park. But you know what? I've got to work on my sense of direction. I said this year I was not going to get lost. Last year, I walked around for almost an hour, more than an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, trying to find my car. And I finally found it, and I was like, praise the Lord. And this year I said, I'm not going to get lost again as I was lost. Anyway, but I did get back my car. Somebody suggests I get some air tags, which I am doing, and then no more getting lost in Warren Park. Hey, or any other park. For that matter, I get lost. One person said to me, Dan, you get lost walking in a circle, which that just might be true. All right, but I'm not claiming it. So listen, hey, great time, great sound, great people. I was able to connect with a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while, and it was just good. And I did some posts, so you can check that out. But then I got some more posts coming with some little interviews. Little video clips. I will tell you, I got Steve Davis, I got Rock Anthony. Who else did I get? DJ Antoine Qua, and quite a few other people you'll see as I post them. All right, and then just make sure to support them, let them know you love them. So next week, our special guest is DJ Gellow. And DJ Gellow has been in the game for a long, long time. And he's actually worked internationally. We probably will talk about that too. And then Gerald Roney is going to be on next week. What a lot of people don't know is that you see a lot of the upfront people when it came to Zanzibar and brokers and all that. But there was a guy behind the scenes who was the architect. I'm calling him the architect of making that thing work. He was able to make those places work, and it's not just having a good idea, but the execution. We're going to have him on next week, and then of course July 20th. I mean next week. Wait a minute, hold on. That's this weekend. You got Mac has a party. Mac Tag has a party honoring his lady Linda, fellow Pattersonian, who I love dearly. She's such good people. She's on. I mean, that's going to be happening. Then also, too, Jihad is going to be doing something. So this is going to be another busy weekend. Next, we have on the July 27th, as you know, is Lincoln Park. So that's going to be a big event. So, just jam-packed, and soon we're going to start talking about August and September. Just a lot of stuff. You're going to see. All right. So let's do this. Let's play our old school song. And then after that, we're going to come back with our special guest, DJ Gellow. So, Chuck, going to play a little snippet. This song's Cathedrals, D.C. LaRue, back in the day. Probably the 70s. I'm sure it's the 70s. All right, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Dan Soul Austin Nation coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect. Here we go. All right, so we're going to fade it out because, so while we're doing our thing before Facebook does its thing. So we're going to bring our special guest, DJ Gellow. DJ Gellow, Can you hear me?
Peace, man. Yeah, I see you, bro. How you doing?
And the answer is
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you
okay.
hear me?
DJ Gellow, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you
Uh-huh.
hear me?
I don't know. Is your mute button off? Cause I can't hear you.
Yeah, it's off, and I actually see the meters going up.
Okay. Chuck, I can't hear him. Let's see.
Hello?
All right. Yeah. Is your mute button off? Go like this if it is. Yeah, can't hear you. Okay, interesting. Folks, this is always a fun thing. I'm kidding. Okay, I don't hear anything. And as Roz Anthony said, when you go live, things happen. Can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me? You see
Okay.
me though, right?
Let me hear you speak. Say testing,
Hello,
testing.
hello, check one, check one.
He's
Check one.
saying testing. Folks, this is always exciting when you can hear me though, right? But I
Yes.
can't hear you. Chuck, I don't know how I can fix this.
Check 1, 2.
There we go.
Check 1, 2.
Now I hear you.
Okay, you hear me?
I hear you now. That's right. Well, listen,
Yeah.
so good to see you.
Yeah, man. Always a pleasure, man. Last time we did that party, that's the last time I saw you.
Yeah. That was back, I think, in November, right?
Yeah, correct. With,
Yeah.
with Abu Johnson, Fingers,
Mm-hmm.
Soul Fingers, and my man Monster.
Yes. So good to see you.
First, I want to give a shout out to my spin partner, DJ Vaughn.
Okay.
Big shout out to Marcus Garrett.
Okay.
Out the runway for making that happen for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a chance to meet you and some real influential people. So
Okay.
I really appreciate that.
All right. Well, listen, let's start off with the easy stuff. You know, some people haven't met you, so just tell us a little bit about you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Angelo Garnett. Actually, Poncel came from my mother when she got married, but it's another story.
Okay.
I'm originally from Newark.
Mm-hmm.
Born 1966 on Blum Street, if you know Newark.
I do know at Blum
no.
Street. I have a friend that used to live at Blum Street.
Oh, matter of fact, Mosley.
Yes. Matter of fact, I talked to him earlier today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Glenn
Oh,
Mosley.
wow. Hey, I'm gonna throw something out there, and I want you to tell them. And
Okay.
I know everybody gonna know my nickname from back in the day now.
Okay.
They used to call me Poochie. They used to call me Poochie back in the day.
Poochie? Okay. All right. So you knew.
If you ask Mosley,
Okay.
do you know Poochie? He gonna bug out.
Oh, wow. What? This is a small word. Then you knew Junk in that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
His sister Adrian.
Adrian, yes.
Adrian used
Yeah.
to go with Darryl Dawkins. That's when I first met him, was through her.
Okay. All right. Wow. This is a small world. Okay.
Yes.
Now, how did you get started with music?
Well, I was always infatuated with music because my mother was in a group back when she was young.
Okay.
So, music just came normally to me. But as far as DJing, I was around a couple of guys I grew up with, like DJ Fuquan,
Okay.
Seven Red,
Mm-hmm.
even the mayor Ted Green. They had equipment and stuff like that. So I was playing sports, so I didn't really had the time. But you know what I did? I loved it so much, and I got my own equipment
Mm-hmm.
that I quit football for 2 years.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
To get into this game. That was over 43 years ago.
Wow.
But I eventually went back and played football, and but I had all my 10,000 hours in to be a professional by that time.
Oh, wow. Isn't that something? Yeah, the 10,000 hour rule. Yeah. Wow. So, how about, you mentioned your mom, but any other influences outside of your mom?
Well, I mean, the whole family, and then being growing up on Blum Street,
Got you.
WNJR and BLS, and them, they would always come with the trucks every summer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and you know, one of my favorite influences was Tony Humphries from back in the day.
Sure.
Along with a lot of other people, with Lil Louis. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right. You know when he was
Yeah.
Lil Louis. Got you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Wow. You know, I got to tell you, I still hear people say today all the time that Tony Humphries was a tremendous influence on them being interested and getting into this music thing. Keep in mind that we all listen to him on the radio and things of that nature, and he's been around for 40, 50 years. So that just speaks to how powerful, how influential, and his longevity and his staying power, to still be relevant, all these years later. Because most people come and go, but he's still here.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, question. Now, how about some of your favorite artists from back in the day, and who you feeling today?
I mean, well, I'm kind of biased on that. I've always been a big Marvin Gaye fan,
Sure.
Michael Jackson fan.
Mm-hmm.
As far as groups, I mean, back in the '70s, it was just so many, man. It was, and to go to a live show was really an event. Not saying the ones today aren't. I'm just saying, Brass Construction, place people like those. I mean, that was something you had to move, you had to get up and dance. It wasn't no sitting back just rocking your head. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they grooving, man. They groove.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
It was. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just got excited for a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So of course, they were the one with the SOULFUL orchestra. I mean, it was just so every time you look around, there was some new music, and you had to have it. We had to get the albums. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Man? We had to get 2 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back in the day, you had to get to them, especially if you want to go back and forth with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was grateful for not having to lift no damn crates no more. Computer age on them. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a plus.
Oh,
Brother
please.
getting old, man.
Listen, people kill me when they say, talking about the good old days. I'm like, look, listen, that was cute, but how far you want to go back? You want to carry the records. Hey, maybe you want to walk around a packet full of quarters and go to a payphone and make a phone call. Or maybe you want to, maybe you want to ride around with no AC. I mean, how far you want to go back? You could have that. And then, too, on these crates, forget about it. I'd rather have, and then, too, you could only, even if you carried a lot of crates. I got a buddy that carried like 10 crates. But even then, you're only talking a couple hundred records. But now, like a little disc like that or a hard drive, you're talking thousands.
Thousands. I mean, the terabyte. What's bigger than a terabyte? I forgot.
Well, 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes.
Well, that's bigger,
yeah, but terabyte.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
Absolutely, man. It came a long way, man, and I can't see it doing nothing but going up even more. When we was coming up, being a DJ was a privilege, and you had to work hard for it. I mean, now today, what I'm saying, DJs everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to be a part of that crew that came back when, it not first started, but when it was basically kicking the Zanzibar. I was a little bit too young to get in there. But one day I put some black eyebrow liner on my mustache. Yeah, man.
Hello, how you?
How
you doing?
Yeah, man. And look, that's where I first saw Tony Humphries play.
Yeah.
And he was playing on some turns I'd never seen before in my life. And they were the Thorns.
Yeah, Thorns. Yeah, from back in the day. Yeah. And then they used to float them on. They had like these rubber bands or whatever that they put them on to keep because back then, when people get excited and they start jumping up and down, the turntables would skip. But that kind of,
what I really thought it was? I thought it was because the music was so daggone loud up in there, that bass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was another thing.
Yeah.
Well, that was all right.
Amazing. It was amazing to see people fall asleep in those big speakers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was such a great time. Great
Uh-huh.
time.
Wow.
I wonder if they can hear now.
Huh?
I wonder if they can hear now.
Huh?
I said, yeah, right?
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Now, how about some of the songs that you like back in the day, some of the classics and stuff from today?
Oh, well, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, when you get back down to it, a lot of those songs would speed up and slow down. So you know what I mean as a DJ. I mean, if you didn't have that type of preparedness and knowing when the breakdown was gonna, come or speed up, you would have major problems. But you know,
Right.
I liked all the '70s disco. I was into that as a young age.
Gotcha.
So you know, I was really captivated by just not only the sound, but some of the lyrics that was involved back then. Martin Circus was one of the big
Sure.
songs
Doom,
that
doom, 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 doom.
yeah,
Well, as a matter of
the
fact,
magic, the moment,
no, I said speaking of
the
that,
magic,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, the magic, the moment.
Okay.
My subject, yeah,
Okay.
those were great songs. Still
Right.
to this day, actually.
Well, speaking of that, Jihad and Jeffrey C. out of Baltimore did kind of an updated version of Martin Circus, but they pretty much work with the break, and they did a really good job on that. And then Momo and DJ That Girl Curly did something where Momo rapped on it. So, and both of them, all of them came out nice, but that song, forget about it. You go back to the 70s, that was a whoo, 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 whoo. Hey, that's when you want to set the party off. You put that on, forget about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, speaking of Jahad Muhammad, he was, I always admired him from a distance. I never met him, you know what I'm saying? But I've been to some parties,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, if you
Yeah,
meet him, he's a
you know,
nice guy. Sorry?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying,
I
if
mean,
you,
like,
I'm sorry.
that's out there right now that gets performing those big stages like he was just in Roselle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully I can get on one of these tickets this year, whether it be East Orange, Newark, one of them, man. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I know it's not what you know sometimes, it's who you know.
Well,
So,
that is a true fact. I mean, you got to have the goods, but if you know someone, it can be a help, big time. So, right.
absolutely. Big shout out to Vernon Freeland, too.
Oh
Good
yes,
dude.
yes. He does the sound out there. He's a
Absolutely.
so.
Absolutely.
So I met Vernon. So I was doing this workshop. I'm like my other business. I'm in the real estate business, and so
Oh, I see.
yeah. So we were having conversations along those lines and some other stuff and time management and things of that nature, and Vernon was in the class, and so we connected. And it was interesting because we knew a lot of the same people, and I didn't know he was into house, and he didn't know, obviously, he didn't know I was into house. And so we connected, and then we ran into each other. We would run into each other along the way. And matter of fact, Vernon is the one that did the sound back in November, correct? He did the sound?
Yeah, for the party we did. Yeah, for the
Exactly,
party we did,
exactly.
Yeah.
And I said this to him, and I say it again. He was the first one that I heard that he made those QSCs sound like, forget about it. He was like, he put those things out. But he does great, great work. Yeah, wow. Now,
He does a lot of work, too.
oh yeah, and a lot. Yeah, random access. Okay. Yeah. Now, how about today's music? Is anybody or anything you're feeling these days, or?
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of the music seems to be getting that old school appeal. One thing, I'm always getting new music. I was always been pretty good at that. But I know this one particular song that comes to mind is by the Girls of the Internet,
Okay.
and it's called Affirmations.
Affirmations.
You ever heard
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't. So
that?
you gotta.
You gotta check that out.
Now, who is it by again?
Girls of the Internet.
Girls of the Internet. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go on the hunt for that. Okay. Girls of the Internet. It's called Affirmations. All right. Wow. Now let's just have a little
Josh
conversation.
Milan, what up?
So let me ask you this question before we go deeper. Like, so everybody listens to music at some point. What made you decide that you were going to DJ instead of just listen? Maybe you were a dancer, maybe whatever. But what made you decide that you were going to DJ on this thing?
I couldn't dance. I was never a good dancer.
So that was out.
Yeah.
Well, Blue Magic made that song called "Welcome to the Club." Okay, all right, here we go.
Yeah. So if I couldn't be out there dancing, I wanted to have some type of control over what was being played. I like to see people have fun, even though I'm not the greatest. Yeah, So that was the major thing why I got into this. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you mentioned DJ influences. You mentioned Tony Humphries, Louis Vega. Anybody you listening to today that you think is getting the work in?
Actually, it's like I said, the main ones that be at the major parks.
Okay.
That's playing on these stages. You know what I'm saying? Your Rock Anthony, your and people of that nature. And they're all over the place. So Naeem Johnson, got to shout out to him. He was a big influence. Bricks up absolutely.
Yeah.
So much respect to those that's from the past and those that are doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this thing going. Because it seems to me that when we have house music events with all of those people there is never no altercations.
Oh, we don't play that.
Right.
Plus.
So it's something about that music, right?
Yeah, I think something else. I'm gonna add a little fun fact in there. Like most of the audience is 50 plus. When you get 50 plus, you got that bad knee. You don't, and you got that. You got that bad knee or that bad foot.
I'm telling you.
But you reach a point where you go,
that's
okay.
Why most of them just
Huh?
I'm sorry.
No.
That's why most of the people just come out there with their chairs and they tents and everything like that. They might do a little two-step or so, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
When you get up there, boy, them bones start telling you something different.
Oh yeah. Listen, you might think you can, but anyway. But yeah. Now let's talk about this a little bit. This popped into my head here. Okay, so you've been in this game since back in the day, and you're still in the game. Okay, talk to us the evolution of it for you, from going to records to now controller. Just like where you see things, and did you go kicking and screaming to the new technology, or you embraced it right away, or what was your flow on that?
I was really torn about that because, me being old school, I always thought that, playing with those decks and everything was cheap.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You
know what I mean? Because, with the techniques, you got to ride the pitch. You got to hear when it's about to come off before the crowd hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was used to that. So, of course, you got to change with the times. So, eventually, I like it now. Of course, you got used to it so long, but, yeah. I was really more vinyl, and I had to get used to this new technology. And, it seems to be, actually it is. It's really good. Especially, it seems like it's almost like an iPhone. Every year, every 5-6 months, they come out with a new turntable, a new controller, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Yeah, you definitely got to be on top of your game as far as the accessories and everything that they're putting out.
Right.
And, I get it because it's all about evolution. So, and anytime that you can get better than what you were before, it's always a plus.
Let me just go back to something you said a little bit earlier. I just want to, you mentioned about, and see, this is with vinyl, and with the vinyl, and you going back to 70s and 80s, you play that music, you really had to learn how to ride that beat because you got a live drummer and that live drummer might slow down. You have to catch up, and you got to know that music and stuff. Now I got to tell you something. This is on the keep it real side. Do you know I got so used to playing on like I'm gonna call it auto beat, on the computer generated beats, that really if I'm gonna play like some of the old school music, I really got to go back and and try it. And, do it a few times. Kind of, they say if you learn how to ride a bike, you never forget. But that doesn't mean you don't get rusty,
Right.
And and you raised that point, and some of that stuff, like some DJs cannot play that music. But I could tell you, for me, I can play it. But if I'm gonna do it, I mean, for the most part, I need to go back over it and just, well, you understand, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, but
especially if you playing live, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be on your game, especially when it comes to that old school music, bro. I'll tell you, and that's where them 10,000 hours came from. Because a lot of times you got two different, and like you said, to speed up. Now you got to know when it's going to speed up. You know what I'm saying? I was only so much that I was good at playing the old school classics because I knew when it was going to speed up and slow down. Just by practicing so much. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. So it's a difficult thing to do. I bet you a lot of these DJs today, if we was to bring out the turntables and the albums, we might have some problems.
I'm gonna tell you again. I'm gonna tell you straight up. If we would bring out the albums and stuff like that, I know I'd have to sit with it. I'd have to brush up, put some Rust-Oleum on to get that rust off. I thought I'd keep it real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, who have you played with, and is there any place? I mean, is there anyone that you want to play with?
I mean, yeah, like especially like names I was mentioning earlier, like Jihad, Naeem. I was blessed enough to play with Dawood Johnson and Monster and Soul Fingers. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, that's like moving up the scales, so to speak. Not saying my other brothers, not saying that, nothing derogatory about them, but my boy Seven Red. I don't know if you heard of Red before, but he was very influential in my becoming the person I am today. He helped me out majorly. That aspect. I mean, he used to come pick me up every weekend and just let me just go in the studio and just burn out all night for real. When he wake up the next morning, I still be playing, part of my friends.
Yeah. Well, so like anybody can play a record, but to really get good at it and see, here's another part of the playing the music. It's the mixing and the blending, but it's also programming, playing the right music at the right time, which can always be interesting. I mean, look, everybody has cleared the floor once or twice, but but the trick is, okay, of course not you, but
Hey, that's a part of growing up in this game. You know what I'm saying?
It really is. It really is.
But you know what? If I get off the subject, pertaining to that, my first country I ever played in was Portugal.
Okay.
Right. So I was, I went to the club and it was on the beach. I mean, it was a beautiful experience, but I was really amazed at the record selection. I mean, the songs that they had. You know what I mean? They had all these songs that we had. Lolita Holloway. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Yeah.
Give me open up.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is how our music travels, and what I mean by that is that you go to other places, other countries, and stuff, and they know the music. Okay, so let me tell you about an experience I had. This is going back years ago. I was doing a party. Actually, it was a corporate party, and they were from France, and so I'm all shopping and trying to get some French music and this and that, and I got my nice little French collection. And then what happened was I just mixed in an American track, And they went crazy. I said, whoa, 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 wait, wait, ho. Then I put another.
Yes, sir.
And it turns out they really wanted to rock to the American music, which is, and then too, now with the house, I mean, you can see the influence of the house all over the place. So you were mentioning that Lolita Holloway came on, and you were like, okay, what just happened here, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was. It was a time. It was '92.
Okay.
It was '92. And like I said, these people would not stop dancing. And I, you know, because I didn't know the Portuguese music, but I got used to some of it, so I'll sneak some every now and then. But every time I come to the club, they wanted to make sure, you gonna play music hot? You play music hot tonight? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was. The basketball team didn't like it.
Okay.
But, hey, yeah, 'cause I was really there to play play overseas basketball. But
Okay.
you know, once I got in the club, I seen that. Oh yeah, I want to rock this, and they gave me the opportunity, and I was there every week.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so I also did Brussels, Copenhagen, Denmark. Yeah, man. So, and like I said, all those places, you'll be surprised about the music that they have of ours. I was really shocked.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why I was going to ask you too, but I guess you kind of answered it, but let me just, if you want to go a little deeper, like what's the same or what's different, say, about playing in the U.S. versus overseas? What's the same?
I can tell you right now.
Okay.
Get off the top. These people party. When I tell you, when I tell you they party, brother, they come to party, man. I don't care what you, you know, like we doing parties here. If the people don't like the song, like you say, they'll go to the bar or something till a song come on. These people don't have a preference about. Yeah, they might have their favorite song, but they dance to everything. And it makes you feel good as a DJ. You gotta admire that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I got to tell you something, you know, and I've said it more than one time on this show. I love doing the interviews, but if push come to shove, back against the wall, and I had to make a decision about either interviews or DJing, I'm going to take DJing every time. There's something to be said about when you get in front of an audience and you're playing that music and you're rocking that crowd. Tell me about that feeling you get when you're rocking that crowd. Or let's say you get it going and then you start getting the flow going, you start going into the zone, and it's like, I mean, talk to us about that.
I'm sorry, I'm here at work too.
Okay.
Tell Mike to get the key for you. Porter? All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dan. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying that I love doing interviews, but push come to shove, back against the wall, and I had to make a decision between that and Okay. So tell me.
No, yeah. Well, first of all, I heard you rocking out when we was doing that party because you opened up the set.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, you got some skills there. So that's the first time I ever met you. Yeah, and you was dealing with Tractor. You know what I'm saying? I always heard about Tractor, but I never actually, messed with it hands-on. But I'm like, okay, that's what it is. And, from what I heard, you're a hell of an interviewer, and that seems to be the case. So, yeah, I mean, you had to toss a coin. You're good at both.
Well, thank you. But now tell me what you feel like or what continues to draw you to DJing. I mean, tell us how you feel, and again, what still excites you about it 40-something years later.
Well, like I said, music was always in me, so that's something it's hard to get out. And and even if I could, I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And what drives me is the crowd reaction. You know what I'm saying? Hearing the new music. And like I said, with you got Josh Milan bringing out songs every other week, and you got these artists that's really doing their numbers, and saying that to really take soulful house has taken over the world. I mean, I won't want to say that that's the case because I've seen it myself, but just to see other people have enjoyment out of me playing music or any DJ playing music. It's what motivates me. I mean, that really people have their favorite DJs, and
Of course.
you just try to go up there and be the best you can be, and hopefully you can get some followers and stuff like that, and communicate with other DJs that I might have admired or wanted to meet. So with the help of you and like I said Marcus, I was able to meet Dawu and the rest of the DJs, and so I'm looking forward to what's next as far as music and as far as connecting with these top-notch DJs, and just have some fun, man.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? To the wheels. I'm really upset that I missed Roselle Park because I'll be working a lot, so I didn't know nothing about it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm seeing it all on Facebook. I'm like, damn. And then I see you with the pictures and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's right. You're a good cameraman. You're a good cameraman too. So
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so I see you with Naeem and all them. So I'm like, okay, I missed that one.
Right.
I'm from the bricks, so
Uh-huh.
I will be in the bricks on the 27th. I'm glad you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
But
Yeah.
also too, this week, like I said, Mac has an event honoring his queen, and also too, Jihad has an event on Saturday too. So there's going to be a lot of activity.
Oh, right.
Yeah, a lot of activity, and of course the 27th, and we're gonna go right on through the summer. Yeah. Now, so you kind of said it, but let me just ask you directly: where is house music going from your perspective? What do you see happening in the future? What do you see?
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, you're going in and out. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Try it again. See what we got.
It can't get any better than this.
Okay.
Oh, it said low network. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think music is going to always evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, Dawn Soul Lovin' Williams.
Oh yes.
She's, yeah. I mean, I never met her. We're Facebook friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely play her stuff. She got a lot of nice stuff.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I see it just getting better, man. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dawn, as the young up and coming singers, as they get more time under their belt, they're going to be phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I can't with like Josh and so many others that's out right now that you always see on Track Source. You know what I'm saying? They're really doing their numbers.
Right. Well, it really, really, really is good to see. I mean, speaking of Dawn was at the event on Saturday, and by the time I saw Dawn and I saw Viola Sykes, come to think of it, I mean, like, it was a who's who of there. By that time, my phone was dead, and then I had two chargers with me, and my charging cord was no good, so nothing could charge. So after a while, it hit me, hey, wait a minute, I had them take the picture and then send it to me. So yeah, but I tell you, it was a good one on Saturday, and I agree. This thing is going up and up and up as more and more people see it and hear it. Forget about it, All right. Now, how about this?
I think it's gonna be. I'm sorry.
No, okay.
I think it's gonna be. I think the younger generation is gonna start to really see that these people, even though they might be a little older, they have a great time. There's never no problems. They just come out and enjoy the music and enjoy the people that's around them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I really think some young people are going to be coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see Super or Mike, the Porter. No, I'm on the radio. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you see it. I mean, you got younger folks coming in. We see guys like, and I'm probably going to leave somebody out, so forgive me. You got, I'm the youngest right now. It's just a DJ. You got Amir. You got D-Boyd. I know you got, I'm leaving somebody out, and I apologize. Jordan Pope. Let's see. Who else? Oh, wait a minute. Let's not forget me, Young Dan. Anyway, but then too, you know what I do want to see? I want to see some ladies, some younger ladies. First of all, I don't believe we have I don't believe we have a big enough representation of ladies that can play, that can rock. Number one, and then second of all, I don't see the really younger ladies like you see some of the younger guys. So I'd like to see those two things happen. That's just what I would like to see happen. How about this? You've been in the game for a while. What do you see, if there's any main thing that sticks out to you that's different from back in the day to today's music? Anything you see different?
The acquisition of female DJs that are surprisingly good, not surprisingly, but you know, and then getting that time and getting that little publicity. You know, because back then we didn't have too many female DJs, if any, especially playing house music. So that's one thing that's definitely evolved. They're getting more into it. But overall, man, you know, this thing called house, man, is like you said, it's a movement, and it ain't gonna stay stagnant. It's gonna keep moving, and I don't see anything else. But maybe expensive. Equipment might get a little more expensive.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people believe that you should have certain pieces of equipment, but you know, for some people, that equipment is very unaffordable. I mean, for example, if you're gonna get if you're gonna get 3 CDJs and the Pioneer mixer, the A9, you had easy 10 G's just like that. You know, especially by the time you put cases on it. And you know, a lot of people can't really do that. Now the question becomes, well, listen. Well, since you can't do that, does that mean you don't play? Absolutely not. You know what? So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna buy my $200 controller, and that's gonna do 2 things. Number one, I'm gonna get to play. I'm gonna start building up those hours and those reps. And the second thing, I'm gonna get to see if I really like doing this, because as you know, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of work to it. Whether it's setting up jobs, whether it's going to set up, whether it's breaking it down. You know, whether it's putting the music together, collecting the music, practicing with the music. I mean, there's a lot to it. You know, this goes together, that goes, you know. So, anyway. Now, do you produce, or is that in your future, or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I wanted to. I should have got into it a long time ago, but circumstances present themselves as they may. But definitely, man. I always had a love for music. I used to sing back in the day. I don't know if you remember the Givens Kids.
The
back
who?
in the day. The Givens Kids that was on What's Happening.
Oh, okay. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
telling my age now. But yeah. So it's something that's always been with me, man. I just wish nothing but the best, you know, for all of us in this game. And producing is something that I had a ear for. Listen to other producers, and Blaze is a good friend of mine.
Okay.
So you know, I'm getting to that aspect now. You know what I mean? So being I live in the city now. I live in the Bronx, so you know, coming back and forth is kind of strenuous, but I can deal with it. You know what I mean? So producing is something I definitely want to do.
Got you. Hey, Bilal, what's up? Marcus, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. So what's on the horizon? Yeah, he's in the room there. What's on the horizon for you? What can we expect from you going forward?
Well, you know, I expect nothing but the best that I can definitely put out there. Got some events coming up. Private parties.
Okay,
but,
got you.
You know, I'm trying to get out there. You know, yeah, like I said, hopefully I'll be out in East Orange this year or somewhere in Newark. So I'm looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always constantly, like I said, getting new music, and it just don't stop.
Right.
I don't see it stopping no time. Yeah, you know. So it's God willing, while I'm still here, you know what I'm saying? I'm still be spinning, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Whether it's in a sold out park or somebody's backyard. That's what I got for this type of music, man. Absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna tell you from my perspective, now that we have laptops, hard drives, flash drives, I mean, and now some people are actually streaming the music while DJing. Well, they've extended my DJ life for at least another 20 years. You know, I don't have to be doing that back-breaking work of carrying all those records and those heavy amplifiers and all that. Click, 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 boom, we're up and running.
Hey, Dan, we did we had our initiation. That was part of our initiation right there. You know what I'm saying? First, you gotta do this to get to that level.
Yes.
You want to get in this. You want to get in this party for free? All right, take those 2 crates there with me. And, let's go.
Hey, listen. Let's just talk about that for 1 minute. All right. I just want to get your feelings on it. So now there's a lot of people who say, hey, you know, now that they have the equipment, they have this, they got the sync, you know, it's real easy to do it compared to back in the day. So let me just give you 2 scenarios and you tell me what you think. Okay. So scenario number 1, okay, you still had the equipment, carried equipment. The mixing was a little bit different. Maybe we could argue a little bit tougher. You had the program, you had to do that. On the other hand, today, you have all that. You still have to mix, you still have to program, but also, too, the competition is a lot more stiff. Now, here's my question. All right, how do you feel that in today's DJing / music, let's say, to compare it to a car, instead of having to drive like a stick like we did back in the day, they go right to an automatic. Do you think that they're missing something? Do you think that, no, that's good, but that's with the progression? I mean, what's your thoughts on that? Mm-hmm.
Well, the infusion of all these DJs out of the blue has to do with the transformation of the equipment. You know, we're dealing with, you know, so you got a lot of things where they got a lot of beat matching. You know what I'm saying? You just match up the beats per minute, the BPMs, you know, on both sides. So that's majorly easier. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that's how a lot of DJs really got into the mixing, because it's fun. But back then, it was harder, but it was fun. You know?
Yeah. All right. Now,
I spoke to them and let them know I Zoom meeting. I spoke to both of these young ladies right here to let them know I had a meeting. That's why I told her ask for Mike or Super. Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Well, listen, we're gonna come in for a soft landing. You have any final thoughts or anything that you would like to highlight? And if people want to follow you, keep up with you, support you, how do they do it?
Okay. Well, yeah, you can check me out. My email is adponsel, ADPOUNSEL, 1984 at gmail.com. You can always reach there, or Facebook. You know, we always on there. Now you like I said, I'm always around the way. Anyway, I know a lot of people, so they can always give me by word of mouth, or you can reach out and call me. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
So on Facebook, how are you on Facebook? In other words, you're under what name?
Angelo Garnett.
Okay, Angelo Garnett. Okay, all right, fantastic.
Angelo Garnett.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
Hey, brother, I really appreciate. Yeah, well, I just want to say thank you, thank you. Like I said to you, you're a good dude. It was a pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure.
Like I said, big shout out to House the Runway and Marcus Garrett. Shout out to my spin partner, DJ Vaughn, like I said, and all the DJs around the world. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this going, man. I mean, seems like a beautiful thing, man, and I'm just proud to be part of it.
All right.
I wish you nothing but the best, Dan. Much success to you, brother. Looking forward to working with you again.
Thank you. Me too. All right, folks. There you have it. DJ Gellow, thanks a lot for coming on and sharing with us. We're going to go into the Shazam Free Zone. For those of you who can hang out, we're going to go to Shazam Free Zone. We're going to play nothing but brand new music. And if you want to hear some brand new music, remember all the music that becomes big starts somewhere. It starts underground before it goes, are you ready for this? Overground. All right.
Nice.
All right, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen,
happy.
we're
I'm
gonna.
happy to use that one.
All right, so Chuck, you wanna start off with the track, the song of the week, and we're gonna go into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, DJ Dan, Soulful House Nation coming to you live from the 8th floor. I am the unusual suspect. Get ready as we go into the Shazam Free Zone. We got some brand new music. We're also going to include something there by King T Finesse and Arnold Zalen. And also, we're going to include a new track by David Barber. So we got a lot of stuff going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you on the other side.